Our cities are growing faster than ever. And with all that growth comes a whole set of challenges that are, frankly, going to define our future. So today, we're going to explore the cutting-edge engineering and tech that's being used to build the smarter, greener cities of tomorrow. Okay, let's start with just one number, 68%. What do you think that is? I mean, it could be anything, right? An election result, the market share for a new phone? Well, it's actually a figure that is set to fundamentally reshape life on this planet over the next few decades. That's right. The United Nations projects that by 2050, more than 2/3 of all of us will be living in urban areas. Just think about that. That massive shift is putting incredible pressure on everything, from our power grids to our water supply. So the big question really is, how do we build cities that can actually handle that kind of strain? To answer that, here's a little roadmap of where we're headed. We'll start by digging into the urban challenge itself. Then we'll look at this thing called the smart city solution. We'll see the tech in action, weigh the promise against the very real peril, and finally explore how we're designing our urban future right now. All right, first up, let's really set the stage. We need to understand the core problems our rapidly expanding cities are up against. What's really fascinating and honestly kind of daunting is how all these challenges are connected. They create this massive feedback loop. Climate change puts pressure on resources like water. A bigger population creates more pollution and traffic jams, which then strains our hospitals and public transit. And all of that can make social inequality even worse. It's this complex web of problems where you can't just solve one thing without affecting all the others. And that demands a truly sophisticated solution. So how in the world do you start to untangle a web like that? Well, that brings us right to part 2. The answer, it turns out, lies in a couple of really powerful ideas at the heart of modern urban planning. First, you've got the guiding principle, sustainable development. Now, this isn't just about being green. Think of it like a 3-legged stool. You've got a healthy economy, a protected environment, and social well-being. If any one of those legs is weak, the whole thing just topples over. This is the why. It's the whole point of the exercise. So if sustainable development is the goal, then the smart city is the method. It's all about using technology, things like data, sensors, AI, not just for the sake of having cool tech, but as a powerful tool to achieve that balance and ultimately improve the quality of life for everyone. Okay, so that's the theory, but what does this stuff actually look like in practice? Let's dive into the specific technologies that are making our cities smarter as we speak. And this table just lays it out perfectly. Look at the environmental pillar. You've got smart grids managing renewable energy. For the economic pillar, automation is driving efficiency and creating totally new green jobs. And for the social pillar, you have things like e-governance and telemedicine, making essential services way more accessible. You see, technology is the thread that weaves all 3 of these pillars together. At the very heart of this is something called the Internet of Things, or IoT. The best way to think about it is like the city's nervous system. You have thousands and thousands of these tiny sensors embedded everywhere, in streetlights that can detect foot traffic, in bridges monitoring for stress, in water pipes checking for tiny leaks. They are constantly collecting data, basically allowing the city to feel what's happening and respond in real time. So if IoT is the nervous system, then you can probably guess what AI is. It's the brain. Artificial intelligence takes all that raw data pouring in from the IoT sensors, and it actually makes sense of it all. It can predict traffic jams before they even happen, optimize how energy is distributed across the grid, and help emergency services get to where they need to be faster. It's the decision-making engine that makes the whole thing run.
Let's make this super concrete. Take something like waste management. Instead of garbage trucks driving the same exact route every single day, IoT sensors in the bins send out a signal when they're actually full. Then, the AI calculates the most efficient route for collection on that particular day. I mean, it's a simple, elegant solution that saves fuel, cuts emissions, and reduces traffic. It's brilliant.
And you can apply this exact same logic to how we get around. Smart mobility is a huge piece of this puzzle, and it's about so much more than just electric cars. It's about integrated systems. People often call it mobility as a service, where a single app on your phone lets you seamlessly plan and pay for a trip that might use a bus, a shared bike, and maybe a ride-hailing service. The whole goal is to make public and shared transit so incredibly easy that it just becomes the obvious default choice. But of course, all this amazing technology comes with a catch. For every single promise, there's a potential peril. We absolutely have to look at both sides of this coin. And this is where it gets really tricky, because we have to be completely clear-eyed about the trade-offs. The same data that makes our streets safer could also be used for mass surveillance, which threatens our privacy. The incredible efficiency gains, they require massive upfront investment. And if this technology isn't accessible to everyone, it risks creating a permanent digital divide, making inequality even worse than it already is. Figuring out these dilemmas is just as important as engineering the tech itself.
So, that brings us to our final and maybe most important question. How do we move forward responsibly to build the kind of cities we actually want to live in?
Well, the good news is, this isn't science fiction. Cities all around the world are already leading the way. I mean, look at Singapore. They're using AI to manage traffic and utilities on a massive scale. Or Copenhagen, which has basically built its entire infrastructure around cycling and renewable energy. What these pioneers show us is that a smart, sustainable future isn't just possible, it's already being built.
At the end of the day, this is the vision that connects them all. A city that runs on clean energy. A city that can withstand shocks like natural disasters or pandemics. And a city where technology serves its one true purpose, to improve the lives, the health, and the well-being of the people who actually live there. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. We've seen the incredible potential of AI, of IoT, of big data. But as we engineer these incredibly complex systems, we have to ask ourselves, what's the most critical component in all of this? Is it the tech? Or is it our own wisdom, our ethics, and our shared commitment to making sure that our future cities are not just smart, but that they're also humane and just?